his orbit. He was a skilled pilot who spoke passionately about flight. He mentioned that one of his brothers had recently injured himself in a crash near the lake. He seemed restless, in perpetual motion, yet also sweet and trustworthy. Gradually that afternoon, Lynn came to understand that she had been invited into some sort of rolling intercontinental party over which Salem presided, a party that had no particular beginning or end. He told her that he would be leaving soon on his private jet for California. He had a meeting there, he said, about a possible movie project involving the actress Brooke Shields. As evening fell, the estate began to fill, mainly with Saudi men who appeared to be on vacation. There were also a few middle-aged American women who were friends of Salem's or seemed to be in business with him. Lynn found a Yamaha upright piano in the living room and began to play. Eventually, Salem told her that she should come back the next day. The party would carry on. "Bring your sisters, bring your friends," he urged. "We need girls." When Lynn did return with a girlfriend and two of her sisters, she found a band in the living room. Salem decided, amid some fanfare, to organize a talent show. He promised $5,000 in cash to whoever won first place, and he appointed himself the sole judge. One of the American women played piano and sang, the band ran through some numbers, and Lynn took a turn at the Yamaha. Lynn's girlfriend, however, had no particular musical talent. She decided instead to expound to her Saudi audience about her recent experiences of giving birth and of divorce. Intimate monologues about a woman's pain and the miracle of life were not often heard in the male-segregated sitting rooms of Saudi palaces or merchant houses, and the quiet that followed her presentation, it seemed to Lynn, was a little awkward. "I feel really bad," Salem told Lynn afterward. He liked her friend, he said, and he felt bad about her divorce. He peeled off about $1,000 in cash. "Please, give this to her." At one point, one of the American women who seemed to work with Salem in Orlando pulled Lynn aside. "You know, Salem really likes you," she said. "Romantically?" As Lynn Pagini recalled it years later, she said, and I'll never forget it, she said, "Lynn, this is a great opportunity for you. You're young, you're unattached. You know, he'll show you places and take you places, and if I were you, I'd just go for it." Salem bin Laden was a favored customer of Alamo Aero, a retailer outside San Antonio, Texas, of ultralight sport aircraft. The previous Christmas, he had turned up at the store unexpectedly on a Friday evening and purchased much of its inventory, planes and accessories, and asked that it all be delivered to the airport and loaded onto his private BAC-111 twin-engine jet. A few weeks later, he returned to buy more ultralights, including a camouflaged former military prototype that had once been equipped to shoot missiles. Its armor had been removed, but he thought that was pretty cool, recalled George Harrington, one of the store's sales associates. Ultralights are small, open-air hobby planes that are usually flown a few hundred feet high at speeds of about 40 miles per hour, powered by a single engine roughly the size of that on a motorcycle. Salem loved them. Like gliders, another of his passions, they offered the sensation of flying like a hawk, free and buffeted by wind. They were banned from Saudi Arabia on security grounds, so Salem stored the planes at his various refuges outside the kingdom. During the last months of 1984, he collected the latest models, called Quicksilvers, because he was outfitting, for early in the new year, an elaborate Saudi royal hunting expedition to Pakistan that Salem seemed to envision as a blend of Arabian Nights and Dr. Seuss. Salem explained to the Alamo Aero managers that he and his Saudi guests, who were princes in the royal family, would camp in the desert and hunt by falconry in the traditional way, but they would also equip themselves with flying toys. He asked George Harrington and his colleagues to buy and prepare a 20-foot Wells cargo trailer so it could haul the ultralights across Pakistan's rough roads and desert tracks. Salem had also ordered a hot air balloon from a champion balloonist in Florida. It came with a plaque that read, "Custom built for Salem bin Laden." He purchased a Honda mini-trail motorcycle and a red Chevy Blazer light truck outfitted for desert travel with high-beam lights and enormous tires. He installed a high-frequency radio in the truck so he could call out to the nearest Pakistani city if he were lost or stuck in the sand. In Germany, he bought a four-wheel-drive, air-conditioned Volkswagen camper with a shower and a kitchenette and stuffed it with